Okay, here we have the new Don't Steal Show episode 16 as it appears on my home computer. And as it should appear online more or less on March 31st, 2018. Rewritten all the way since 2007, rewritten again. And we have a little propaganda clip here because the show is at war. So I've changed all their commercials to propaganda clips. This one's called Target for Today. An Air Force colonel sits behind a table loaded with ledgers. Enter a bomber crew saluting casually. And we have the colonel greeting the crew, and we have some of the dialogue here, and we have, let's see here, the fourth one was a direct hit. Yes, that was a smasher right onto it. What color was the explosion? It was aquarium gravel, so the explosion was multicolored, as you can see. And here's the inspiration for it right here. You'll see some clear similarities in the dialogue to show that this is the source of my parody.
I hope you made a nice landing. I hope I haven't kept you waiting, son.
Good Lord, no. Come and sit down. Well, how'd you get on?
Well, we did a low-level attack. We were over the target at 23:45. Bombs were dropped at 23:53. The first four bombs, I'm afraid, fell short of the target, but the last one was a direct hit.
Yes,
that was the big one.
Yes, it was a smasher right onto it.
Caused a hell of a great big fire. Buckets of smoke. Visible 50 miles away.
Near 90, I should say.
What colour?
Dullish red with black smoke.
That sounds like oil, all right.
That sounds like oil, all right. Well, you could see how I had the opportunity there. You could see how I had the opportunity to parody that by having them drop their bomb on something more, on a more colorful target. Now let's look at another parody, another propaganda parody that I did that year. Here in the show continues on in a state of war from episode 16 to episode 20. But since this is the new Don't Steal show, these are to be added on to the 30 that preceded it. So it's really episode 30 to episode 50. But I started the show over again. We have here, we did a couple Target for 2 days, my parody of Target for Tonight. And then I watched another propaganda clip and I got another idea for a propaganda commercial, and this time the commercial is called Hate Camp. And we'll just read a little bit of the text here. Uniformed youth march in step to a menacing drumbeat. Keep an eye on this bunch, enemy youth. There's nothing cute about these children. Weaned on lies and hate. Trained to win by cheating. Sneaky little fuckers. Sure, they're small, but they fight like hyenas and are a lot harder to shoot. Look at them. The only thing they've learned from their school books is how to feed a fire. They've read no free speech. Hell, they're illiterate. All they have are pictures, violent pictures. Boots stepping on heads, bullets driving into stomachs, boulders falling on coyotes. What else they might need to know awaits them at Hate Camp. Let's see if we can track down the source of that parody. You know? If you're like me and you live a very boring life, it can yield very hilarious results.
Tool for anti-German propaganda. Some of these films were simply given different narration.
Guard particularly against this group. These are the most dangerous. German youth. Children when the Nazi Party came into power. They know no other system than the one that poisoned their minds. They're soaked in it. Trained to win by cheating. Trained to pick on the weak. They've heard no free speech. Read no free press. They were brought up on straight propaganda.
In addition to
Okay.
changing the narration, footage
So that's where I got the idea to write that commercial. Both times, I'm sure. The first time I would have taken those videos from the library, and the second time I actually ended up buying those videos at London Drugs. They had a sale on some videos, and that was also where I picked up this. This, if I can find it here, my collection. You see, I have a large collection of Twilight Zone episodes here too, and in fact, I have the whole third season right here on Blu-ray. See if I zoomed in too much. So I have the whole third season here on Blu-ray as well. Season 3, and that's where I got all my Twilight Zone parodies, either from that or from watching it earlier on. But my parodies have their sources right here, and that's where I get my ideas for comedy, from sources, not from other comedians, especially when they're as mediocre as the people who work on those shows that rip me off.